Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Bad Luck Gamer, and today is going to be a very short video, and mostly because I just wanted to get this one out of the way so I don't have to worry about it. This is the Empakaai. This is actually a part of the Blackbeard license, and you unlock it at rank 2, similar with the Blackbeard. And this is a really cool grappler frame. So both the Blackbeard and the Empakaai are both grappler frames, but they do it in different ways. While the Blackbeard has a lot of wires it shoots out to wrap up its enemies, the Empakaai has this mega gauntlet you can see right here. This big arm it has is actually an integrated super heavy weapon. It's absolutely nuts. And it's really good at what it does, which is grappling enemies, and it fits perfectly in the license. But let's go ahead and take a look at the stat spread. So as you can see here, this is a tanky boy. I think also tying for, no, not tying for the most armor, because I think 3 is the most armor, right? But it's very tanky. So it's got 2 armor and 10 HP. That's very durable. That's a very durable mech. That's a lot of HP and a lot of armor to go along with it. That's really good. Though similar to a lot of other heavy armored mechs, it's got very low evasion, an evasion of 7, which I think is rare. I don't think I've seen an evasion. Typically, they're like either 8 or like 6, maybe 5. But I haven't seen a 7, I don't think. E defense is also very, very low. It's got the upper end of average for heat capacity, very low sensors, but that's fine. It's a grappler mech, and a very bad -2 to its tech attack, meaning it's not meant for any kind of hacking or tech related actions, which makes a lot of sense. Now, it's got the average amount of repair capacity, a decent save target, not as high as I was actually expecting, but there's a part to this, an average speed, and low system points. Overall, this mech's base design is, it's a brawler mech. It's supposed to get in close, be very hard to get rid of, and it's got some okay stuff. Its heat capacity being average is okay for the most part, but you're going to want to invest in more engineering as we go through the stats. But let's talk about its frame traits, because this is where a lot of mechs tend to differentiate themselves, and this is no different. So untenable power is really good. Once per round, when the Empakaai makes an enemy make a hull check or save, it forces a +1 difficulty on that check. So grappling, that's probably where it's going to use it most of the time, or ramming potentially. It's going to make that more difficult. So its save not being higher than pretty much base is probably due to this extra difficulty, which at minimum makes its saves typically like an 11 and at max a 16, which is nuts. So effectively, of course, difficulty subtracts from rolls, but you know what I mean. Indomitable Force is also really good. The Empakaai gains resistance to damage and heat dealt from characters it is grappling. This is actually super necessary for the build because of how its integrated weapon works. But first, before we talk about that, let's talk about its 2 weapon mounts here. We got a heavy mount, and a flex mount. A really good mount setup, and it means it can have a second super heavy weapon if you really want to. I don't know if I would go that far. Super heavy weapons, of course, they need to do a full barrage in order to use. So I wouldn't do it, especially because let's look at its core system here. The Descent of Kalunga. It has a really cool active feature called the Marrow Anchors. Really cool name. And it has this core integrated super heavy weapon. Let me just go ahead and hide my mic. And let's talk about the mic, my face. Let's go ahead and talk about the integrated super heavy melee first. So it's got a threat of 4, meaning it is very dangerous. It does 2d6 kinetic damage, but more importantly, it does 4 heat and 3 burn with that colossal arm. It's really good. You can even use this while you're jammed, so nothing can stop you from using your Colossus Termonungui. Now, before you roll, you may force your target and any character of your choice adjacent to it to make a hull save or be pulled adjacent and automatically grappled. So you can just swoop in and grab a bunch of mechs, holding them up to you, which is really cool. though activating this does cost 2 heat. So this is where a lot of the general weaknesses of the frame start to come forth. You're going to want to invest in a lot of engineering, and you're going to want that predominantly so that you can raise your heat cap, because using your super heavy weapon is going to create heat, and you just don't have a lot of heat economy that you can really play around with. So investing in the Genghis license is also going to be very helpful for this particular build, as any way you can get rid of heat, especially this, because this mech doesn't really have any overkill, or not overkill. What's it called? Danger zone base mechanics. Yeah, you're definitely going to want something to make sure that you don't blow yourself up. Now, along with this, when you activate your core system, you get 2 free actions that you can use. In addition, for the rest of the scene, while grappling, you count as 1 size larger than the combined size of all targets you're currently grappling. Additionally, you gain these benefits for the rest of the scene. This means that there's no limit to the number of enemies you can really have grappled, because you're always going to be 1 size larger, which is really good. Now, we have two free actions here. We have Iku's Hand. After successfully hitting a character with a melee weapon attack, the Empakaai may grapple the target as a free action. On a success, the target is pulled adjacent to you and grappled. So, again, just whenever you use a melee weapon, not even your super heavy, you can just immediately grapple an enemy. And the Catalytic Infuser, where at the end of the Empakaai's turn, it deals its current heat and energy armor-piercing damage of its choice to a character that is grappled. It may also instead choose to divide this total amongst all characters, or any characters it's currently grappled. So this is where the Empakaai really shines. It grabs as many people as it can manage, and it burns them away in its titanic grasp. It's really, really cool. It's a very interesting mech. It does have some major downsides, though. First of all, it's very easy to hit, and while that's not necessarily a problem because of its high armor and HP, it has a really low E defense, and that E defense is going to make it incredibly vulnerable to any kind of hacking. So this is the kind of mech that you want blackout systems or anything else that can help prevent any kind of tech actions against it. And it's not going to use tech actions anyway, so blackout systems are actually not half bad. Like I said, investing in the Genghis license is also going to be really good for this one as well. And yeah, honestly, I don't know. I think I'd put most of my points into engineering and maybe agility, just to get that higher speed so you can get up on enemies really quick. This is a size 1 mech. So with that in mind, the Formarian frame to increase its size might not be a bad idea either, because grappling, it doesn't have any specific rules for grappling targets larger than it, so you're going to need to make up for that somehow. I really like this frame. I really think it's very cool, and I think it has a lot to offer on the battlefield. It sounds like a lot of fun, grappling a ton of enemies, and its ability to impart the heat it has into enemies is really good. So yeah, like I said, I think engineering is going to be your major focus, with some agility so that you can just get up to the enemies faster, or whatever systems you want you to do that with. Investing in your systems as well is probably also going to be really good to get more system points, because I feel like this mech really wants a lot of systems that can help with its grappling and its reduction of heat when necessary. But yeah, so this is the Empakaai. This is a very cool mech added to a new book that came out, the Siren Song and Mountain's Remorse, which I think added like actually I can check one moment. All right, so yeah, it did add 1 weapon, 4 new systems, a new pilot gear, and a pilot talent. And if you're unfamiliar with this screen, actually, this is the content manager on ComCon. So you can actually see which each of the books. See, I only have the core books that came out. I don't have any of the community made stuff. There's a lot of really cool community made frames and the like that. But yeah, you can see everything here. Really, really cool. So the Empakaai is a really interesting mech. It comes with this very, very good book here. Actually, I move my face so you can see the title. Look at that art. Always so good. I believe this is also kind of their version of an adventure path as well. So yeah, you can check it out. You can actually download this on your ComCom for free. You just go to the directory, and you will just go to this download link over. My face is in the way. Over here, this one. You can download just the information. You won't get the adventure or anything like that, but you will get all the parts that are important for CompCon. And yeah, so that's gonna be it for me. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. If you like this kind of content and you want more people to see it, like it. And if you want to see more of this, go ahead and subscribe, as I do Lancer content every week in addition to other TTRPG content. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Good luck with your games. Leave the bad luck to me, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.